Welcome to this half an hour or so exercise program, the focus of which is threefold. Number one, we're going to be thinking about getting more movement through the upper back. So this area here between the shoulder blades, around where the bra strap is, to try and find room to flex, but also extend, and then a little bit of side to side as well. Okay, so 3 movements there. We're also going to be looking at keeping the neck nice and long, so to resist this forward head posture that quite often we have, and the forward shoulder posture. So a sense of rolling the shoulders back and giving the neck some freedom to be nice and long and to be able to turn with more movement. And then thirdly, and they're all 3 as valid as each other, a sense of building some support around the core of the body. And when we think of core, we don't anymore think about just building a 6-pack. We're thinking about growing muscle and supporting muscle around the front of the body into the abdominals, all of them, so the front, but also the ones that wrap around the sides and the ones that lie internally. We're thinking about the muscles that travel, the big muscles down the back, but also the small muscles along the spine, the multifidus, and then also the pelvic floor. So thinking of the core as a sort of cylinder of support, as if you were putting on one of those strong pairs of pants that holds everything in. So core support, mobility in the upper back, the thoracic spine, and length in the neck. So before you start this practice, it might be useful to do the neck and shoulder massage that I've showed you with the tennis ball. So putting the tennis ball down into the gutter between the shoulder blade and the spine and rubbing up and down on the wall, both sides, and then also pinning the tennis ball into the back of the neck muscles here and rolling the shoulders back. And then finally, if you've had time as well to maybe do a little bit of the pec massage, so that's all in a different clip, but that would be a really good warm-up for you to have done first, just to get this whole neck, shoulder girdle and the pec muscles to have opened and relaxed before you start this practice. So, come to sitting. I'm sitting in a posture called Virasana from the yoga world, which is like a cowgirl posture over the bolster. And I want you to think firstly about your seat, to just find the right tilt and angle of the pelvis so that you feel you're sitting on both sitting bones evenly. Hello, Jessie. And also that you're not tilting forward and you're not leaning back. So can you find just the right base of support so that the pelvis feels completely settled, and then the spine will start to feel that you're rising up. And then roll one shoulder up towards the ear, roll the other shoulder up towards the ear, rest your hands on your lap, and then very gently take your head from side to side. So a nice long neck here. Feel that you're moving from the chin and the face, so there's length and space as you turn your head. No strain in anything that we do, no discomfort. Good, and then coming back to the center and drawing the chin down towards the chest and stretching the back of the neck. So keep the back long, keep your belly drawing back, gently drawing the chin towards the chest. And then inhaling, coming back to the center. Great, okay. I'll turn to the side so you can see how this looks sideways on. We are going to do a little start to move up into this upper back area. So give yourself a hug. Start with one arm on top, and I've got a V rather than a W, so nice big hug here. Keep the pelvis neutral, keep your belly drawing in, breathe in, and as you breathe out, take your elbows down towards the floor. And then feel that you're sort of pressing that bra strap area out behind you. Inhale, lift the elbows slightly, draw the bra strap area, or the area between the shoulder blades, in towards the back, but keep your belly back. Exhale, it's quite a small movement, curling round. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, curling round. Try not to let the movement go into the mid-back area, where if you sometimes might feel pain, if you sort of jut that area forward, you can see here, we don't want that sort of ridge. It's coming from higher up, as if someone's got their fist in your back and you're leaning over it in your upper back. So not mid-back, upper back. Good, exhale down. Change the cross of your arms and continue 3 times like this. Elbows lifting up slightly, elbows drawing down. 2 more times, elbows lifting and elbows drawing down. Good. Inhale, take your arms all the way out to the side. Feel that you're holding a big beach ball. And then bring your palms down. And then let's slide forward onto all fours. So move the sitting, whatever you are sitting on, out of the way. If you need something underneath your knees, put something underneath your knees. And then let's come onto all fours. So if your back is a bit like mine and has a tendency to want to do this and sink down, what you need to do is now draw the belly button in towards the spine. So we don't necessarily want a completely flat back. The back's not like a ruler, but at the same time, try to avoid this sagging posture. It's not very comfortable after a while. So draw the belly in a little bit, and then draw the shoulder blades away from the ears. So now you start to find length in the neck. And then imagine you have a pencil in your belly button, and we're just going to draw a circle on the floor. So circling forward and circling back. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees and hips in line. Keep going. And then go the other way. So reverse the circle. If you were going clockwise, go anti-clockwise or vice versa. Good, and then coming back to the centre. And again, exactly that same action as we had before, thinking about the area between the shoulder blades. Inhale, as we exhale, curl, press your hands down, draw your belly in towards your spine. Then lift the area between your shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. Inhale, head comes away from the tail to neutral. Exhale, curling round. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, curling round. Inhale, lengthening. One more time. Exhale, curling round. And inhale, lengthening. Great. Take your bottom back towards your heels. Stretch your back out. Reach your hands out in front of you. And then let's get ready to come back up onto all fours. So if your wrists start to feel achy from being on your wrist, then you're welcome to bring a bolster or cushion or something here so you can be on your forearms. I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to work on my hand. But probably a good time to take your socks off if you're working with socks on. From all fours now, have your hands low down enough that you can feel that your neck's got lots of room to move. And then we're going to take the right leg out behind us. So I've got my right foot, toes tucked under. And there are a couple of things to look out for here. Number one, we want the leg to be reaching back. And number two, we want the pelvis to be flat. So sometimes what happens is this leg drops down. So can you keep the belly lifting up towards the spine and also be aware of your right pelvis as you reach the leg back and hold for 3 breaths. And then change. So now sliding the left leg out behind you, all 5 toes on the floor. Lift your belly up towards the spine, back of the neck nice and long, reach the leg out behind you. And lifting the belly and reaching the leg will also take some of the weight out of your hands because you don't want to just be resting on the wrists as you do this. Good. So that's the starting position for this Superman exercise, leg out behind you. But what we can move on to is floating the foot off the floor and reaching the leg behind. And again, challenges to watch out for are to dip sometimes we dip the body, sometimes the leg goes too high, sometimes the leg goes out to the side. So it might be helpful to have a mirror. And then breathing here, 5, 4, keep breathing, 3, 2, and 1. Good, lower down. Take the left leg out behind you, float that off the floor. So you can always work with this variation with the foot on the ground, or the next variation, the leg coming off the floor, reaching the leg out behind you, keeping the belly lifted. Let's work up to 3 breaths each side. And then down. And then our third set, again, the leg coming up or down, so either down or up depending on where you are. And then if you're feeling strong, we take the opposite arm up too and keep the back of the neck super long. So now we've got this diagonal stretch going on across the back of the body, using all the muscles of the spine and your breath. Don't hold your breath. And then gently lowering down. Well done. One more on the other side. Arm and leg, if you start to lose your form, then stop. We'll go back to the variation before. Breathing in and breathing out. Back of the neck long, so you're looking down towards the floor. And then dropping both hands down. And then taking your bottom back towards your heels. Make a pillow for your hands. Rest your forehead down. Breathe across your back. Being attacked by a massive bumblebee. So you're breathing across your back. And then gently roll over and come to lie on your back. So, going to switch over to lying on the back now, and going to bend your knees, have your feet and knees hip width apart, and then breathing in and breathing out. The bee's gone. Right, the bee's gone. We're all right now. Bring your hands onto the lowest part of your body. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, gently imagine that you're putting on a really tight pair of jeans. So from your pubic bone to your belly button, it's sort of coming together. So as you breathe out, flatten your low back against the floor and draw those areas together. Inhale, release. A really small pelvic tilt. If you put your hands onto your lowest part of your body like this in a sort of heart shape, as you do this action, you can feel your thumbs and forefingers coming together as you breathe out. Inhale, release. Exhale. Inhale, release. One more time. Exhale, drawing these muscles, knitting these muscles together, pulling on those really tight jeans. And then exhale, release. Drop your hands by your sides, press your palms down. Breathe in as you breathe out. Take that little action of putting on the tight jeans and gently roll your spine all the way up. You're coming into a bridge. It should feel comfy here, no strain. Inhale. Exhale. Lower your spine down vertebra by vertebra. Inhale. Hug the knees into the chest. Exhale. Lower your feet down to the floor. Breathe in, big deep breath into your belly. Breathe out, zip up the front of the body here, tight jeans. Press through your feet, roll up into bridge. Breathe in. Breathe out, lowering down, vertebra by vertebra. See if you can lower the spine down. Take a breath in here. Breathe out again. Draw those tight jeans together. And then gently roll the spine off the ground. Now breathe here for 3 breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. Press your feet down as you breathe. Keep the glute muscles soft. Instead, think about lengthening through the front of the hips. Working your legs through your feet. Press your feet down. No pain in the low back. Keep the glute muscles, the buttock muscles soft. Breathing in as you breathe out. Lower the spine down towards the ground. And then completely relax here. Take your hands out to the sides. Step your feet slightly wider than your hips. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, take your knees to the right. Inhale back to the left, back to the center, exhaling over to the left. Inhaling up and exhaling over. So start by allowing this movement just to be soft and gentle through the hips. And then start to bring the awareness into this midsection here. And imagine that your back, your middle back, is attached to the ground with glue. So as I take your knees to the left, this sort of sticky glue on the right hand side is really stretched and it's going to pull you back like elastic. And then exhaling over to the right. And again, this left side waist, the back of the waist is going to draw you back down onto the ground. Continue with this movement. So it's knees from side to side, but with action around the back and belly muscles. So the movement is being initiated and activated through the center of the body. Go for a few more rounds. Remember, no pain in anything that we do. We're looking for gentle but strong, reassuring movements that are going to repattern our body and repattern the nervous system. Great. Come back to the center.